This is Life for You, the first TV magazine in Second Life, with Kira Singh and Christoph Brun.
Hello, citizens, and welcome to Life for You.
What a great show we have for you this week.
We are the definitive guide to what's hot and happening in Second Life.
Let's take a look at the top stories this week. Ex-mafia fighter wants to change the real world through SL. The nemesis of former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi, Antonio De Pietro, comes to Second Life and teams up with award-winning public radio to fight for social justice. SS Galaxy. All aboard SL's largest cruise ship. Enjoy entertainment, gambling, and wellness on the high seas, and find out why the on-deck eye candy may be just as captivating as the beautiful sea views. Wheelies Club. Come and join the party on the Second Ability Sim and learn about some people who are getting a real second chance in virtual Second Life.
A well-known crime fighter entered SL last week.
Corporate crime, that is. In the mid-90s, Antonio De Pietro relentlessly went after media baron Silvio Berlusconi and corrupt politicians in Italy.
And now Di Pietro has entered the political arena himself with his Italia di Valori party. His goal is to use SL to create a just society.
Staff reporter Draxter Dupre was at the press conference.
Former Judge Antonio Di Pietro rose to prominence as prosecutor in the Mani Pulite, or Clean Hands, anti-corruption campaign in Italy. The early 90s saw the arrest of many prominent politicians and industrialists. But when Silvio Berlusconi was elected prime minister in 1994, he used his vast media empire to establish a new power elite in Italy. He blocked the investigation of his Fininvest company by spreading rumors about irregularities in Di Pietro's office with the help of his own press outlets. Di Pietro had to resign later that year. So, would a global communication platform like Second Life have made it easier to counterbalance misinformation in mass media? Di Pietro seems to think so.
Second Life is a place for direct communication, for direct democracy. I'm here in front of you with my avatar. You see me and I see you. I'm talking to you and you can ask me questions. This is a formidable tool for involving citizens in public affairs, to eliminate intermediaries and to spread the word.
Antonio Di Pietro appeared on Neverland Island courtesy of LC Media. Their CEO Bill Lichtenstein shares Di Pietro's enthusiasm about the possibilities of global communication between citizens.
What would the Cold War have been like if there had been this kind of interaction between Soviets and Americans? What would the build-up to World War II have been if Germans and Americans had had this kind of interaction?
Second Life might not have been able to change the course of history. At first glance, the world seems to be more about gambling and virtual sex than ringing about social justice. But Lichtenstein says his company saw their niche in using SL for purposes other than diversion. So LC Media's Infinite Mind radio show broadcast interviews with thinker Howard Rheingold, author Kurt Vonnegut, and musician Suzanne Vega, all appearing as their avatar alter egos. Lichtenstein says SL can help people to better understand other cultures and recounts a story where the tradition of freedom of expression in the United States became a facilitator. One day he walked into a virtual listening booth on his company Sim,
and there was a woman there from Saudi Arabia listening to a show on depression. First thing she said was, "They let you put this on the radio in the United States?"
The media landscape in the US might be more varied than elsewhere, and the concentration in one political figure like Berlusconi in Italy might be far on the horizon, but Lichtenstein says there is no doubt that in America
there is a consolidation of corporate interests. When you look at the major networks, NBC owned by General Electric, CBS owned by a major media corporation, ABC is owned by the Disney Corporation. When you call ABC News, the main number they pick up and they say, "Have a magical day."
There's no quick buck to be made with idealistic goals like the ones Lichtenstein and Di Pietro favor. In the case of SL, this can actually become an advantage. Again, Bill Lichtenstein.
Second Life is a blank canvas. In that sense, it's much more like a community than an advertising campaign. This whole idea of return on investment, I'm not sure that that should be the driving force in life.
Ah, the luxury of not having to worry about the bottom line. Typical public broadcaster. For us in the commercial media, however, well, we need to choose our topics carefully, and the nurturing guidance of our corporate parents surely helps. Am I implicating myself? I better sign off quick. For Life for You News, this is Draxter Dupre, off to my next assignment. Probably profiling a sports shoe store or something. Maybe I can score some freebies.
Thanks, Dragster. And get me some pink sneakers from that store, will you? In the meantime, here's more news in brief.
Presented by SL Info, the community in Second Life.
William Gibson, the man who coined the term cyberspace, has at last entered the world he helped envision back in the 80s. The humble visionary and author of Neuromancer, among many other books, was also the subject of the 2000 documentary No Maps for These Territories. Penguin Books screened the film in SL as part of a campaign to promote Gibson's new release, Spook Country. Second Lifers now have the chance to win a meet and greet with Gibson. That is, if you can design the coolest Gibson avatar for the author's main appearance in SL on August 2nd. There's still some time to get out that old drawing board, so let's doodle away.